You can still see those cards, okay. Namaste. The sun's just come out a bit there. Just wanted to check. Get all right to see them. So we have the moon transiting Aries. Went into Aries last night, Thursday evening, UK time at 9:22 p.m. Aries is a fire sign. It's Barren, and we're in the third moon phase. The moon is in opposition to Mercury, the mind, expression, communication. It's sextile Saturn, society, conforming, boundaries, limitations. It's also sextile Pluto, which is creation and destruction. And it's trine Venus, the language of love. It rules the head and the face. We've been on the meditations all morning, clearing the tubes up to our head, ready for using our voice and communicating this. There's a lot of energy about. It makes us want to just kind of curl up and switch off to it. It can be a bit intense for us. So we had a bath, hydrotherapy Epsom salt bath last night as well. So this is a bit later than we planned, but we did pull them out in the void of course moon yesterday, which is the best time, one of the best times to tap into the energies. So the Aries moon, the energy of an Aries moon is masculine, dry, barren and fiery. Aries provides great startup energy, but things started at this time may be the result of impulsive action that lacks research or necessary support. Aries lacks staying power. Use this assertive, outgoing moon sign to initiate change, but have a plan in place for someone to pick up the reins when you're impatient to move on to the next thing. Work that requires skillful but not necessarily patient use of tools, cutting down trees, hammering, etc., is appropriate in Aries. Expect things to occur rapidly, but to also quickly pass. If you are prone to injury or accidents, exercise caution and good judgment in Aries-related activities. Okay, so we'll see if this one works. We were in the summer house and we're on our mobile data, so something happened with the mobile data. So we've got this set up again now inside, so we're on Wi-Fi. We still have to suss out how to do this. We kind of do balancing acts and everything at the moment, so hopefully it will hold itself together. I was just going to share on the numbers. So 12 is the number for complex stability. We all need a bit of stability in our complex lives, don't we? And it's made of 1, new beginnings, and 2, patience, which together equal 3. And so we were given these 2 cards together, which is the Knight of Earth and the Knight of Air. I'm going to read Earth first, because it's better that we ground ourselves in, fully plant our feet on the ground, have our nervous system, light body, roots go all the way into the mycebellum roots of Mother Earth, and have ourselves anchored down and in before we take action and go up into the air and cosmos and motion, and then we won't float off and float away with the fairies. So 12 also, because it's 2 12s, you can look at it from another perspective, and it could be a double 11 and a double 22, which we like because 22 is double 11. 22 is the number of intuition, made up of a double dose of patience, and 11 is a double dose of new beginnings, and it is individuality, which together equals patience. So this is telling me that we're needing lots of patience at the moment with the energies that are around, and how the theme of the collective consciousness energies transpires into the individual energies and one's individual expression. So with the moon transiting in Aries as well, it's a fiery sign, so just kind of take your time on any decisions. If there's something that you really want to get done, but it doesn't matter if it's continued on or not, then go for it. This is plenty of time for this at the moment, or the energies are really good for this at the moment. But anything that you want to kind of get started and to continue on, don't start now. Together they equal 3 as well, and 3 is the number, it's a feminine number, and it's the number of creativity and expansion, and it's the first number of the Tesla code. So the Tesla code is the 369. Now 3 is the number of being poor, and it's about embracing being poor and finding happiness and fulfillment even if you don't have money, and then you can manifest into richness and abundance. That's kind of one philosophy. 33, because we've got 2 3s there, is communication. So it's about improving and bettering our clarity of communication and understanding, listening. Listen is actually an anagram of silent. And so to properly listen to someone, we need to be silent and hear what they're saying. And then we need to actually understand that our own definition and our own interpretation and attachments to words can be different to other people's. So even though we think we're understanding them, we might have a different understanding to what they're actually meaning. So we need to actually relay back to them what we think we've heard to make sure we've understood correctly. And now for me, that is proper communication, healthy communication, where understanding, clarity, deeper connection and deeper truths are made. So that was just a brief thing on the numbers there. We do love our numbers. So we'll read the Knight of Earth first, which is the Seneschal. Keywords: servant, administrator, mediator, justice, law, organised, trustworthy, loyal. Key phrases: service to a higher purpose,
Loyalty to authority. Speak for others. Is your power real or borrowed? Follow the rules or directions given. Use personal power wisely. Question everything. Blind loyalty makes one blind. Now the Knight of Earth is also, it's like Pentacles, it's also the slowest knight in the deck, and slow and steady wins the race. So it's quite a contradictory opposite to the energies at the moment. So it's a good balancing energies to counterbalance. Meaning, the Seneschal of Earth symbolises the service to king and country. The Seneschal is a trusted servant who has access to and control over all within his lord's domain. He, while being of noble blood himself, is in service to and speaks for the one above him. His duties are many. He is respected by some and feared by others, for he holds the keys to both the treasury and the dungeon. He is both judge and mediator within the halls and lands of the kingdom. He upholds the law and metes out justice in the name of his lord or lady. The Seneschal also controls his master's wealth, giving payment to those who are owed and collecting taxes from those who owe. The Seneschal is powerful, but his power is borrowed and dependent upon his willingness to follow the orders of those above him without question. If his loyalty falters or falls under suspicion, he could lose everything, even his life. The Seneschal of Earth represents a person in service, not to the many, but to one. His role is multifaceted, and every task is performed with care. He is the master organiser and possesses both intelligence and a quick mind. He is a person who sets aside leadership, aspirations, in order to be the trusted representative of the one who leads. His position places great responsibility on his shoulders, but he is committed and dedicated. The Seneschal symbolises a willingness or necessity to obey the rules or directions of those in charge, and to put aside personal beliefs and opinions. This card asks that you use your personal power wisely. If you have the ear and favour of those who are in a position of power, you, in turn, have the power to bring happiness or harm. What do you choose to do? So that's all very fitting on the clear communication that we got to with the numbers. Potential blockage. Is your loyalty to another blinding you to their true nature and intentions? Is it creating tension in your relationships with others? Are you blindly following another's lead and embracing what could be seen as a pack mentality? Ask yourself if you could do harm to another because the one you serve asks you to. Are you willing to sacrifice your own integrity and reputation in order to serve or follow a person who may not have your best interests at heart? The reverse Seneschal of Earth asks that you do not follow blindly. Question everything. Look to the reasons and motives behind your chosen leader's actions, and ask yourself if you are serving them for the greater good or for their own good. So question everything is one of the 4 agreements. You've also got to be impeccable with your words. That's the clarity of communication. Always do your best, knowing that your best isn't always going to be the same depending how tired you are, how energised you are, whether you're in good health or not. And don't take things personally, which is a question, quite a challenging one to do. And then we've got the Knight of Air. And air gets the fire in Aries going, so it's good that we've grounded ourselves and anchored ourselves down first. XII of Air, the Scribe. Keywords: record keeper, information, knowledge, tradition, history, personal history, preservation, and censorship. Key phrases: look for an unbiased source. Be objective and seek multiple perspectives. Visit the library or archives. Value the written word by writing things down. Document your life journey. And we're just going to add on there, one of the most healing things to do is to write, say, dictate, draw, paint your autobiography, because you're getting what's inside you, your internal world and processing and language and experiences, out onto paper. And yeah, it's just a very healing, connecting thing to do. Make multiple copies of your digital files. A need to censor yourself. Guard your personal information. I've just noticed someone, Jacob Trod, may you ask a question? I'm afraid not, Jacob. This is just a moon transiting Aries and just putting across of information. So yeah, take the question that you want to ask and see if you can answer it from the information that's put across in this, from this reading. Meaning, the scribe is the record keeper, the keeper of all knowledge and information about past, present and future. He is a priestly man, although not necessarily a religious one. His religion is knowledge and wisdom, tradition, mythos and laws, philosophy, religion and science, mathematics and the arts, history, current events and events that are coming. He has a reverence for books and makes little room for anything else in his life. They are his constant companions, and when he is not ready and memorising their contents, he is searching for new sources of information and collating and documenting that information so it can be recounted with ease. He is on a perpetual quest for knowledge, not just for his own benefit, but for all of mankind. He believes that record keeping is the cornerstone of civilization, and without accurate records, the past has served no purpose. Unlike the sage, the scribe is a man without intellectual bias or prejudice. He is objective and passionate about preserving, having and providing the most accurate information, and values being to be able to provide the most accurate information. He always offers knowledge from several perspectives and differing points of view. He is a man of letters, and those who know him see him as multifaceted. He is philosopher, historian, counsellor, teacher, instructor, and more. He is respected. His knowledge is treasured. His knowledge is also feared by those who seek to control the information and knowledge that he has amassed. He holds the keys to the library. He knows the secrets of kings and church, the machinations and the politics that have brought leaders to power and removed them. With the knowledge he has, he himself can make or destroy nations. It is a power that inspires fear, but also a power that he would never use, because the machinations of man are of little importance to him. Knowledge is his God, and the only God he worships. When the scribe appears in your reading, he symbolises the importance of documenting your life journey, whether it be through photos, a journal, a blog or video. Record your story so it can be enjoyed and remembered, and do it in a manner that can be safely preserved. Write your thoughts down on paper, keep scrapbooks full of photos and thoughts about your favourite experiences. The scribe asks that you value the act of writing things down. You might wonder at the necessity, but while the technology at hand enables us to store a wealth of information, it can also be unreliable, and you risk losing everything if a hard drive fails or the cloud should cease to be. If you don't wish to write things down, take the appearance of the scribe in your reading as a timely reminder to make multiple copies of all that have stored on your phone, computer or laptop. You sometimes won't realise the extent of your loss until after it occurs. Don't risk losing those precious memories. Keep them safe. The scribe also signifies that there might be a need to seek someone out who can help you with some research you may need to do. You may need to visit a library or even seek out someone whose specific role is to collate or archive records. Whether you are trying to discover your family history or wishing to follow a path that is steeped in tradition, now is the time to start asking questions and discovering the answers. The Scribe, potential blockage. The Scribe reverse symbolises a need to keep your cards close and what you know to yourself. There is a chance that someone around you is only interested in harvesting your knowledge on a particular subject so that they can use the information that you have in order to better themselves. If it were a sharing of knowledge, it would be an opportunity for a great mutual exchange and meeting of the minds. However, when the Scribe appears reversed, this is the most likely not the case. It also signifies a need for you to censor yourself, even if there is no specific person seeking to benefit personally from your knowledge. You might be giving out too much personal information about yourself and be placing yourself at risk of someone taking advantage of the knowledge you share. Protect your personal and private information. It is far too easy for others to take advantage if you give them the means to do so without considering the risk and consequences. So, those were two interesting reads there. I hope they resonate with some of you. Resonates with us a bit for the challenges that we need to embrace and better ourselves at. And we also have a few differing perspectives. I believe that if someone is truly authentic to their own uniqueness and doesn't follow the pack, then other people can't steal their ideas, because their ideas will be very uniquely expressed with their individuality. And in individuality 11 was one of the numbers that we put it in before. But we're not going to go into my personal beliefs, because this is a collective, and it will resonate and mean different things to each and every one of you that's brought to this reading. And you're brought to this reading when you're meant to hear the message, the guidance, whether you choose to receive it or not. And you can, anytime you wish to tap into the Aries moon with the sun in Virgo energies, you can always come back to this reading as well. So have a fabulous day, everyone. Morning, evening, wherever you may be, sleep, and see you on the next transit when the moon transits into Taurus in a couple of days. Namaste. We're going to go and ground this new knowledge into our body with some scales on the harmonium. Au revoir, à tout à l'heure.